He's just a kid. But that dunk, God, did you see that? That was a man's dunk. Courtside reaction, October 29th, 2003 versus Sacramento Kings. The moment LeBron James caught that pass on the wing in his debut game, time didn't slow down, it snapped. A single dribble, a plant, and then, boom, a thunderous one-handed slam, like the league had been hit with a warning shot. He wasn't testing the waters. He was announcing himself. No warm-up, no nerves, just raw, terrifying talent. People said, he's just 18. But that wasn't a boy playing a man's game. That was a king entering his court. By 2004, he wasn't just highlights, he was heartbreak. The Warriors learned that firsthand when LeBron, calm as ice, buried a buzzer-beater fadeaway right in their face. No celebration, just a cold stare and walk-off. The world finally asked, wait, he's clutch too? In 2005, something changed. LeBron wasn't just surviving the NBA anymore. He was owning it. Ask Damon Jones. He'll never forget the night LeBron violated gravity and dunked straight over him, body to body. A full-speed freight train. And Jones? Just another stop on the tracks. That dunk echoed, not just through the arena, but through highlight reels, barbershop debates, and living rooms around the country. Then came the 56-point game against the Raptors. 56. At 20 years old. No forced shots. No stat padding. Just a storm of pull-ups, slashes, and power plays. Toronto couldn't stop him. They couldn't even slow him. Every bucket was a reminder. This kid isn't here to entertain. He's here to conquer. The 2006 playoffs versus the Wizards? His first taste of postseason pressure. Tie game. Clock ticking. The crowd's breath caught. LeBron drives. Bumps. Spins. Floats. Game winner. The defender collapsed. The Wizards blinked. LeBron never did. That was the first time he closed the door on a season. But you left us, Bron, but damn, you didn't just come to win. You came to destroy. Cleveland fan. Watching LeBron dunk over John Lucas 3. He didn't just leave Cleveland. He broke hearts. He sparked jerseys on fire. But LeBron didn't care about the noise. He heard all. Choker, overrated, can't win the big one. And he let it burn inside him. Miami wasn't a vacation. It was a mission. And in one violent, unforgettable moment, the whole NBA got the message. It was January 2012. Chicago Bulls. LeBron sprinted down the baseline. Wade floated a lob into the heavens. John Lucas 3 looked up. Wrong move. LeBron jumped over him, cleared him like a hurdle, and slammed it with fury. No words, just a flex. That wasn't just a dunk. That was rage. That was hurt. That was a king rebuilding his empire. Then came the chemistry, the kind that's not practiced, just felt. Fast break. Wade with the steal. He tosses it behind his back without looking. LeBron catches it midair, throws it down, and Wade? He's already turning away, arms wide, smiling. He knew it was going in. That wasn't a highlight. That was art. But moments like that weren't just flash. They were building something darker, something sharper. 2012 Eastern Conference Finals. Game 7. Celtics. Backs against the wall. LeBron hadn't smiled in weeks. He walked into Boston like a man walking into a funeral. Cold, emotionless, terrifying. Then he unleashed. Clutch fadeaway. Corner 3. Elbow jumper. 45 points. 15 rebounds. He didn't blink once. Paul Pierce? Out of gas. Garnett? Silenced. Boston Garden? Haunted. He didn't just win. He ended an era. But still, the world wasn't ready to forgive. Then came the finals. 2013. Spurs. Game 6. LeBron drives. Kicks. Bosh grabs the rebound. Finds Ray Allen. Corner 3. Bang. But what people forget. Seconds before that, LeBron hit the game-tying 3 under pressure. Off balance. Knowing everything. Legacy, pride, future was hanging on that shot. That was the real moment. The shot before the shot. That was when LeBron whispered to history, "I'm not done yet." And in Game 7, when the Spurs thought they still had a chance, LeBron rose up and hit a dagger mid-range jumper. Calm as sunrise. Legacy secured. Redemption earned. And yet, he still wasn't done making jaws drop. 2013 Finals again. Thiago Splitter thought he had a clear path to the rim. LeBron met him midair and spiked the ball into the earth like he was sending a message to the center of the planet. It wasn't a block. It was a rejection of doubt, of the past, of anyone who still questioned him. Then the full court chase down versus the Pacers. LeBron running like a lion on the hunt, slapping the layup into the backboard like the play never existed. One-man fast breaks against the Bulls that felt more like controlled explosions. This wasn't the kid anymore. This was the king, fully grown, fully feared. He had built the empire he left home to find. But home was still waiting. He left. We burned his jersey. But now, we'd follow him into fire. Cleveland fan after LeBron's 2015 playoff game winner versus Chicago. He had it all in Miami. Rings, respect, revenge. But he came back. Not for comfort. Not for approval. For redemption. Cleveland didn't know how to feel. Forgiveness is hard when your heart's been broken. But LeBron didn't ask for cheers. He asked for a chance to make it right. 2015 playoffs. Bulls. Game tied. Clock ticking. The inbound pass was shaky, awkward. LeBron caught it in the corner, faded sideways, and let it fly. Swish. Game. Series tilted. He didn't smile. He didn't scream. Just looked into the crowd like, do you believe me now? But heartbreak wasn't done with him yet. 2015 finals. No Kyrie, no love. Just LeBron, fighting Warriors alone. He gave everything. He didn't win. The world doubted again. The city sighed again. Until 2016. The team was whole. The mission clear. And by the time Game 6 of the finals came, LeBron was on fire. 41 points. A fury of step-backs, post-ups, and dunks. But nothing louder than the alley-oop to Kyrie. A backdoor cut, a bullet pass, and a slam that shook Oracle Arena. It wasn't just a bucket. It was defiance. It said, we're not done. Game 7. Tied. Tense. Under 2 minutes. Iguodala on the break. The crowd rises. But LeBron chased. And chased. And didn't stop. 1 step, 2 steps, and then boom. A block heard around the universe. He pinned Iguodala's layup so high. Time stopped to watch. That wasn't athleticism. That was destiny with hang time. And then, Kyrie hit the shot. And then, LeBron hit the free throw. And then, the curse broke. The clock hit 0. He dropped to the floor, a crown without diamonds, lying on the hardwood and sobbing. Not for himself. For Cleveland. He had come home and brought gold with him. But LeBron wasn't done giving. In 2018, against Toronto, he stood at the top of the key. Step back. Fade away. Splash. He turned, arms wide, as if to say, this is mine now. And then came the buzzer beater versus Indiana. A running bank shot from the elbow with defenders draped over him. Game. Walk off. No emotion. Just cold silence. Even in defeat, against Durant's Warriors, he gave us moments. Like that spin move dunk on Draymond Green. Aggressive, personal, powerful. He wasn't just playing. He was answering ghosts. And in Game 6 of the 2016 finals, when Cleveland had a win, he delivered 41 again. Back-to-back 40s. Back-to-back greatness. Back-to-back belief. LeBron didn't just return to Cleveland. He rewrote what it meant to come back stronger. He lifted a city. He kept a promise. And then, once the mission was done, he looked west. Because even kings must rebuild. In a land of stars. He's older now, but when he moves, it still feels like the court belongs to him. Lakers assistant coach after LeBron's dunk on Jusuf Nurkic. He had fulfilled the promise in Cleveland. But legends don't rest, they evolve. So when LeBron James chose Los Angeles, the world thought they knew the script. Old star, big market, final lap. But LeBron? He didn't come for fame. He came to build something new. The jersey was different. But the fire? Still the same. He didn't wait long to announce it either. Against the Kings, Nemanja Bjelica learned the hard way. LeBron caught the pass, cocked it back, and hammered a poster dunk so violent the bench lost control. Age? What age? That wasn't a veteran move. That was a declaration of youth in the face of time. Then came the Caruso connection, a no-look dime that didn't seem real. LeBron drove left, eyes on the rim. Then without flinching, he zipped a bounce pass behind him, straight into Caruso's hands for a slam. It wasn't just flashy, it was leadership through trust. The Kings saw potential and made room for it. He did the same with Kuzma. Against the Warriors, mid-transition, LeBron casually pulled off a behind-the-back bounce pass, right into Kuzma's stride. No look, no hesitation, pure control. It wasn't basketball. It was chess in motion. But then came a moment everyone remembers. Portland. Nurkic. LeBron sized him up. One step. Two. Launch. And then destruction. A one-handed slam that nearly tore the rim off. The crowd gasped. At 35, LeBron still climbed above the rim and expectations. But it wasn't just about highlights anymore. It was about meaning. The world shut down in 2020. No fans. No travel. Just isolation in the Orlando bubble. For most players, it was survival. For LeBron, it was war. The Spurs found that out when he gave them a fadeaway clinic, spinning baseline, fading from impossible angles, every shot a dagger to doubt. He didn't need energy from the crowd. He had purpose. Then came the Nuggets series, Western Conference Finals. LeBron knew what was at stake. He dropped a triple-double in Game 5, scoring, passing, rebounding, leading. But the moment that sealed it? The final minutes. Shot clock winding. He rose up and buried a dagger three, eyes locked on the Lakers bench. No celebration, just a look that said, "We're going to the finals." And in the bubble finals, he gave the Heat all they could handle. Still diving, still sprinting, still sacrificing like a rookie. He didn't just win another ring. He did it in silence, in isolation, in the hardest conditions basketball had ever seen. He lifted Anthony Davis. He made boys into believers. He proved that greatness doesn't fade, it adapts. And once the trophy was raised, he didn't call it a farewell. He looked around, at Bronny, at the future, and said, "I'm not done yet." He just broke Kareem's record and didn't even sit down. He's not chasing history. He's dragging it with him. NBA announcer. After LeBron passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 2023, he wasn't supposed to still be here. Not sprinting down courts. Not jumping like gravity forgot him. Not dominating after his legacy was already locked. But that's the thing with LeBron. He never asked what was supposed to happen. He made his own timeline. February 7th, 2023. Crypto.com Arena. A step-back fadeaway. Bucket. And just like that, he passed Kareem, the all-time scoring king. 38,388 points. But LeBron didn't scream. He didn't cry. He looked up, arms out like he was asking the sky, "What now?" Because even as the cameras flashed, he wasn't done. Just weeks later, at age 38, he pulled off a windmill dunk so explosive it looked like time reversed. The defender flinched. The bench lost it. And the arena? Chaos. That wasn't just a dunk. That was a message to Father Time. Not yet. And when a moment demanded guts, he gave it everything. Warriors. Overtime. The game was slipping. Steph had hit back-to-back threes. But LeBron sprinted back, timed it perfectly, and blocked a layup off the glass, then charged the other way and finished through contact. Offense. Defense. Leadership. Still the same heartbeat of every game. Then came the 2023 play-in versus the Timberwolves. Tie game. Seconds left. The play was busted. Nothing clean. LeBron faked, spun, rose, and hit a falling game winner. No time to think. Just instinct. The crowd didn't cheer. They roared. In the playoffs, he faced the Nuggets again. Young legs, fast pace, pressure rising. Fourth quarter. Down 5. LeBron hit a step-back 3, then drove hard for an and one. Next possession, fadeaway. He flipped the game like he flipped the script, on his terms. Then came a moment of beauty. Fast break. He could have dunked it himself, but instead, behind-the-back assist to Austin Reeves, without even looking. No ego, just rhythm. The old king teaching the next chapter how it's done. And then a quiet night. Bronny courtside, just a father playing ball. LeBron dropped 40 points that game, like he was trying to show his son exactly what greatness looks like, not by telling stories, but by creating new ones. That night wasn't for the crowd. It wasn't for the league. It was for him. For the kid from Akron who never stopped climbing. For the father who never stopped giving. The GOAT debates? Let them scream. LeBron keeps showing. Even with the record, even with the rings, even with the legacy etched in stone, he still treats every play like it matters. Because for him, it still does.